John London's Inferno on 106.9 Free FM.
Tell you what I've been thinking about.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, a couple things right now, but I've come up with something. This will be the first, I think. And I'm going to. Can I have a blank piece of paper?
Yes, you may.
As opposed to the blank stare that I normally get from Dennis. So I'll take the blank piece. Just kidding you. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's not really blank because it has Free FM, but it's all right. All right.
It's the closest thing you're going to get.
I am going to issue you, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity to not purchase, receive for free a Bad Show coupon. And I am right now filling out the very first one. We can run these off on the thing. This is a Bad Show coupon. Bad.
So it's like those sex coupons where you get where your significant other's got to give you a back rub on the night you give it
something
to
like
her,
that.
something like that.
Something like that.
Like you give to your mother on Mother's Day. I'll clean the house this time. Or...
We'll make these handcrafted by, and signed by every member of the Inferno.
All right.
Available at the front desk. You stop by when you're near Battery and wherever the hell we are,
Broadway.
and pick up a free Bad Show coupon. You can only have one. And when you feel like we are having a bad show, and we will.
Oh, yeah.
We will. No, not just yet. Somebody just went, well, maybe right now. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, can I use it today?
That's cheap of you.
I don't think so. It may turn out to be that you were right, but I think you're way ahead of the game on that one. All right?
Smart guy.
And then you would call in and go, John, I'd like to turn in my Bad Show coupon.
What will they get for it?
Well, here's what, they call in. Now, again, don't just say I have one and you don't have one.
You got to have one.
We're going to sign a number of them.
They're going to all be numbered? Good.
This is number one.
Okay.
Number one. And you'll say, I'm turning in Bad Show coupon number 48. And I'll say, well, I'll tell you what, don't turn it in. Here's what I would want you to do. Take the Bad Show coupon that you came down the station and got. You've called in. You've told me you got it. And you want to, at this point, turn it in.
Yeah.
And I'll say, take the Bad Show coupon and shove it up your ass.
And that's not all you get?
No, that's it.
That's it?
Now, still, I think there's an important, exchange here has happened. You still gotten your point across that you think we're having a bad show. I still get to have my dignity by, putting you down and in an indignant way.
Right.
Still, your message is heard loud and clear.
Sure, and there was interaction between the audience and you in, kind of a superficial way, but...
There it is. The very first one.
It's beautiful.
Dennis, Chris,
I'll sign
off.
All right.
They'll be available.
Send it over.
Starting later today. Come get one Bad Show coupon.
Yeah, don't try to take two.
And also don't take one and then run it over to Kinko's and run off a couple 100,000 of them because you're going to find that will have been a gigantic waste of time.
You think?
Bigger than what you've just heard for 20 minutes. Much bigger. It's already started in there.
Man, oh man.
Rap bastards.
Great.
Dennis and I just got back from New York.
Great trip.
How was your weekend, Chris, with the family?
Oh, it was fantastic. Just getting to sit with the girls all day long and be with my kids all day long. It was
good.
It was like the first, few days I had where I didn't have to go anywhere or do anything and just
very nice.
Hang out with the kids. It was great.
That's amazing, though, to have. They've got this other little person who is, attached to the hip practically to them their whole life.
And we put them together and they just look at each other and it's amazing how they just, we don't know if they sense that, twin thing yet, but just see them look at each other and it's pretty amazing.
Do you think most people who weren't twins would like to have been a twin?
Probably not.
It always, you see it in movies and TV and stuff, and everybody, it's always fun playing jokes on the dates and all that stuff, but I don't know.
But if you're a dirtbag, would you want to have another dirtbag just like you on Earth?
Dirtbags do not know they're dirtbags.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
And I doubt that the twin of the dirtbag would know. He'd be a dirtbag too, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs on that. But I think most people would think that's kind of neat. You've got a friend there. You've got somebody that's shared experience all the way through.
Tight friends, too, I understand.
Everybody claims that in the next couple of years, the first 2 years are just a grind. But they say after that, twins are great because they play with each other. They entertain each other. To where if you're you have a child and that child, doesn't have anybody to play with but the parents, now they got a little play pal.
Now, they don't have to learn to work the room like the middle child, they say, has to learn to work the room a little bit.
Yeah.
They've got a confidant there.
Everybody's kissing their ass anyway because they're identical twins.
Yeah.
So they can just look at us. We're pretty and cute, you know.
Yeah, the middle one has to do that because they get forgotten sometimes. The oldest, it's our firstborn, and the youngest is our baby. But
even ugly twins, I think, probably get a little spliff. You know, when they're so ugly, when there's two of them, it's like, that's adorable.
It's still cute.
Still cute. You look, there's two ugly little hideous bastards in the room right in front of me. One is kind of like,
that's an ugly kid.
We didn't want to hope they haven't taught it to shake hands. And then, the C2 is like, I'll be darned, look at that. That's unbelievable.
I hope they know how to do tricks.
That's great.
John and I were walking through Rockefeller Center and see these two gals. They're dressed the same. They look the same. They are twins. They must have had some kind of a tryout for commercials because there were like 2 or 3 pretty cute girls.
The Doublemint twins.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
How was Shula's?
No.
How was
Wolfgang's?
The other Peter Lugers, right?
Yep, that was fantastic.
Excellent.
Anybody who's had the privilege of going to Peter Luger's over there
in Brooklyn,
now you do not have to leave Manhattan because it's right there. They took it and they take credit cards now.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
They took it and improved it in that sense.
I bet it's packed too, right?
It is packed. It's not a big place. It's not big at all.
No.
So is this Wolfgang? Is that because of Wolfgang Puck? Or
that's the name of the maitre d' for many, many years over there at Peter Luger's.
Yeah, he was there. We saw him on the way out. Looks like a kind of a character. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah, good for him.
But how then on Shula's the night before, how do you, when you're a steakhouse, okay, first of all, they bring over a football. They stick a football on a tee in front of you. That football was signed by Don Shula. Yeah, get it out of my plate and get it out of my face.
And it seemed to stay there for a long time.
Okay. Yeah,
you didn't get drunk and start throwing it around? Dennis, go long.
We talked about it.
Even the waiters were like kind of embarrassed that they. All right, I'll get that out of your way and I'll get you a real menu because the menu's on the football.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What's surprising about it, Shula's is kind of all over the place. Normally, any type of athlete or sports star or coach who has a restaurant and they try and get it out there in multiple places, it fails. But Shula's is doing well.
That's what I thought too. And then this is probably an off night. Although Friday night shouldn't be an off night for steakhouse. You're making steaks, just don't overcook them.
Yeah,
how about that? Don't overcook a steak at a steakhouse.
When you ask the recommendation of your waiter, hey, how would you go on it? Because we would usually go medium rare, a little less than medium. He says medium.
Yeah, because we want to do now more and more. You're hearing medium, rare. You don't want to go medium. You don't want to go rare.
You want medium.
Medium rare.
That's how I like it.
Yeah, it's in between there. It's a little picky. It's a little nuanced. It's a little.
Whatever. You're paying $40 for a steak.
Yeah, medium rare. No, I'd go medium. Well, medium was well done. Medium well done.
Yeah.
See, that's normally at a steakhouse. Yeah. I'll order it medium, and it comes medium rare.
The one thing they do not want to do is overcook it because they can't fix that.
Yeah.
They can put some more fire on it.
Yep.
I just don't understand how you can overcook a steak at a steakhouse.
That was surprising.
I'm sorry.
That's stupid.
It is really stupid.
Did you have them take it back?
No, because it wasn't so overcooked that it was worth the hassle. It really wasn't. It was still pink in there, but not near.
There's no blood.
I hear the non-steak eaters going, what do you think? What? Just the whole show. Look.
It's a big deal.
It's a prime steak.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $40 just for that, and then you got to add on. So you're going to be 2 bills out of there. It's going to be $100 a person minimum.
And the way I always order a steak, like I said, I'll order medium knowing that it's going to be closer to medium rare. I would be shocked if a steak came and it actually looked medium.
I want to get a picture the next time. Matter of fact, we're going to be sending a listener who won the March Madness pool.
To Morton's.
To Morton's. Now, they'll do it right over Morton's. And I almost want to get a picture taken. If I'm ever in a situation where they have the photographer, don't you hate that thing where they got the photographer coming about? Because if you're especially with a woman on one of the first half dozen dates, you almost have to go for the picture.
She wants that. And the thing runs $50.
She'll think, why you don't want your picture taken with me? She won't say it, but it'll be odd. You don't want to, it's almost like, let's get our picture taken. If I have that, yes, I'd like a picture, and Joe, good. No, not of you, stupid, of my steak, because it's perfect. And so you get a picture of that, and then when they say, how do you want it cooked? This.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you call that, that's what I want.
Right. We would have liked to take a picture of the steak at Wolfgang's. Charred on the outside,
Perfect.
Pink to red in the inside.
Perfect. Done by professionals.
Perfect.
There's got to be a little blood. There's got to be just a little blood.
And or there's gonna
Juicy.
when it's dry. When it's dry, that's
what the Shula steak was, right near dry.
Shula's and Wolfgang sides, good both ways, or
Shula had really good cream spinach. I thought was really good, and Wolfgang's was great.
You can't. I mean, if you screw that part up, that's really sad.
Yeah.
If you can't get cream spinach and hash browns right.
Yeah, the hash browns were good at Shula's, and then we had the baked potato at Wolfgang's, and I don't see how you can screw that one.
Any special stories from?
Yes, the special story is this: to see a former great strip joint turn into a clip joint.
Yep.
In front of you, become one of those greedy, and now let's just grind. Let's kind of focus on tourists and grind them when they walk in the door.
Let's see how much money we can gouge out of them and just keep gouging, and not make it pleasant at all.
Be like one of these tourist places on Broadway here in the city where, nobody in their right mind would go into some of them.
Exactly right.
It would just be like stupid to go in there.
We're not talking about all of them, but the people know who we're talking about.
The ones,
the guard.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are going that way. I remember Cheetahs for my buddy. I was the best man, and we were taking everybody to Cheetahs. We've been going to Cheetahs for 10 years. They get you at the door. We always go down and get a table. Well, the guy goes, "You got to tip me to get a table." So wait a minute, I got to pay to get in. I got a tip to get a table. And then all of a sudden it's like, this is.
You almost build a little bit of that in going into Vegas because it's just Vegas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But still it sucks. But in New York, in a place that has been one of the, I think it's one of the landmark strip joints for day strippers. You want to see a day stripper, you go to Flash. David Letterman has gone to Flash Dancers.
Because it's right across the street from his theater. How great was the place back, a few years ago? Then we walk in, and you used to walk in, and they'd have 2-for-1 beers. Even if it was expensive, you're getting a little deal there.
That was their first little thing.
Yeah.
So your first beer is you get 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty cute.
I'm good with that.
That's fine. That says welcome. That says welcome. They're saying, hey, you spend a little money, we'll spend a little money. What do you say? Let's have a good time this afternoon, boys.
Friendly mix of cute gals walking around, not overworking you. Not you want to dance over and over.
Is that done?
Oh, yeah.
First of all, it is $10 a beer.
$10 of it.
And this is Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock.
And
Saturday
it's
afternoon.
not dark yet.
Nobody in there.
We go down now. It is a perfect day in New York. We wore jackets, and we wish we'd left them in the hotel because you don't need them. But we walk downstairs. Flash Dancers is kind of a dive. That's kind of one of the little charms about it. It was kind of go down this basement, and there's a strip joint. All right. So the bouncer, the security guy, jumps up. He's eating his, I don't know, whatever the hell.
Chinese takeout
food, lunch. He jumps off his stool. You got to check your coats. What?
Not welcome to Flash Dancers, or would you mind checking your coat? No.
$3 a coat check. So you check your coats. You're out, right off the bat. You're giving your coat that you didn't want to give to someone. It's a jacket.
And the money didn't go to her. Usually those coat checks are for the coat. No big deal. I says, I'll tip you before we leave.
Here comes a $10 beer. Here comes a $10 beer.
That's for the house.
So you have to check your coat.
Yeah. He was like threatening physical violence. Plus, then he's surly. Everybody's surly because in that situation, when the house decides to take the establishment that way, the girls don't get as many dances. Right. They're surly. They're not getting as many rails backstage, in the dressing room.
The Coke's not coming in like Tony Montana style.
No, it's not. It's cut more than it used to be. Yeah. And now there's a lot of issues going on in that dressing room, and it flows over into the main room, and everybody's upset, and then people like us stop coming. And when people like us stop coming,
that's right,
folks, you don't have a strip joint anymore. I don't know. What you have is dead. It's just jumping around like a chicken right now with its head off.
There's no soul down there. And here's the thing.
Soulless.
We look over on one wall there. Geez, what's that? A sushi bar.
Yeah, sushi. Yeah, because I want
strip
sushi.
Joint?
Yeah, I want sushi in a strip joint.
Raw fish.
Can you imagine? We didn't get to the point where we're going to let the girls work us on sushi.
Right.
We just left. But can you imagine what that would be like? Hey, do you feel like sushi? You had a dance? You feel like sushi? Huh? What? California rolls? I'll get us 2 if you want. Huh? What? And then,
I thought when you're methed out, you don't eat.
She's not probably going to eat it. Can I take this home?
Nobody's going to eat it.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's stupid.
I don't want sushi. I don't want...
Hey, here's what I want. A good time.
Yeah.
A good time. If you can't get it at a strip joint, then okay, I guess we're not serving good times anymore in this country.
Yeah, I want you in a thong, fake boobs, no sushi.
Yeah.
How about that?
Beer, very few rules, everybody having a good time.
And at least a bartender that's kind of friendly. They used to have these old gals that were like not good looking, but they were fun. You know, they were good. You'd look at a good looking gal dancing. And
Pigs. Now they've got pigs.
Exactly.
Pigs. Filthy, rotten pigs.
Horrible.
Harlots. The worst. Scum.
Scum of the earth.
So shoeless steak. Scum. Filth.
Garbage.
Back in a minute. 106.9 Free FM. I think one of the highlights, though, was 2 drinks at the Four Seasons Hotel. Martini and I believe you had a Tanqueray and tonic.
That's correct.
$45. There you go. So we'll take that when you're ready.
Whoa.
What?
Here's some really not very tasty, weird-ass olives, though, that will help us, in a way, kind of validate that, this is a proper amount of money that you should be paying for a martini and a mixed drink. $45.
Yeah, they did give you the little side martini thing, but there wasn't much in it.
No. And so the sad thing is...
The girl they brought over, was she nice? For $45.
Did not include tail. We thought the same thing. I leaned over to Dennis. I saw the bill. I said, yeah, we're getting laid. He said, what are you talking about? Take a look at the bill. No, drinks and tail.
Someone's getting screwed here.
So it made going back to our hotel... So when we were there and we got 2 mixed drinks, it was only $25. That was like, man, that's fantastic.
For 2 drinks.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
Nothing like cranberry juice for $25.
How could they do that?
I know.
Hey, listen, it's gotten to the point in New York where you couldn't afford, even if you could work the stripper out of the club,
Right.
couldn't afford to take her anywhere.
Well, where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go?
Get a taxi.
2 drinks, $45.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
And New York is starting to turn a little bit south, back to this little seedy way. So just a little bit. Not dramatically so,
But Times Square, we watched when we first started going to New York, it was like the old Times Square, man. There were scary little parts and, funky and sex shops, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then the Disney thing came in and they really kind of cleaned it up. Nice ESPN zone, all that stuff. And now it's kind of
it's like
getting dirtier, right?
it's that woman who, was waking up in her own vomit on the street corner, and she goes in and it's a miraculous recovery out of one of these 12-step programs. And, she's got to dignify. She's got a job. Everything looks great. You see her for a couple of years, just off and on. And it's amazing. Just amazing.
She looks
the transition,
great.
she looks fantastic. She really looks focused. And then you go back a couple of years later and she's got, stain on her dress. And
her lipstick's kind of smeared.
and she's smoking again. Well, yeah.
Because last time I was there, it was 99, and it was clean.
Mm-hmm. It was
clean.
It's not as clean, I can tell you that.
For sure.
But one thing we should be proud of, everywhere you go, when they ask where you're from, and you go, San Francisco, I mean, everybody just uniformly goes, wow, what a fantastic city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing that we can't screw it up. That this city has done everything it can think of to screw up a good rep, and they still can't. It still survives everything. People just think this is absolutely one of the greatest places on the planet, let alone in America.
And damn well they walked over some bum that, had feces on them or whatever. They had to. We see it every day. We see tourists having to navigate that.
We have something here that no one else has. It's the beauty. I mean, when you look from every side of the bay and you look into San Francisco, you look at the water. I mean, you got the ocean just outside of the bay. You got this huge hill with all these great buildings on it.
It's fantastic.
And the architecture. I mean, you can look past the bums and that kind of stuff because the area, the surrounding area and the land that we have is so beautiful.
And the city, I mean, the buildings are newer than New York. They're cleaner than New York.
Sure.
They don't take the kind of beating New York gets pounded with summer and winter there. So when they go, San Francisco is great, we go, yeah, it is great. You can't own a dog there. What do you mean you can't own a dog? Well, you're a guardian. You're not an owner.
Yeah, you don't own that dog.
You can't have a gun, because that's what's in the Constitution.
No.
Well, no, not in San Francisco. You can't. And they'll go, well, still a great place.
That's right.
Go down there to the Fisherman's Wharf and,
Hey, what was trippy? John and I took the train in from the Newark airport. And, it was actually, it didn't cost that much. It wasn't a horrible experience. But looking around at the industrial areas around Newark and stuff, they look much seedier than our funky industrial areas.
But also remember this, too, when they talk about, Fisherman's Wharf, a lot of the stuff they love about this city, the people in the city despise.
No, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you can't deny it's a great place to live. It is. It really is. New York's great and everything, but
I wouldn't live.
You have to have a lot of dough to enjoy it.
I mean, if we were working there, like if you ever got a job there, it'd be one of those deals. I'd probably be living outside.
I think.
Yeah, if you had a family, I don't see why you would want to live in. Before I forget, we got garage security joke of the day from Peter.
That's right.
Peter.
You're on, Peter.
It is white like ice and dark like midnight. It's covered with red all over. What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
For your age, you don't know what it is?
No.
It is a newspaper. It is white, black, covered with black, and it's red. We read it all over.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
How old were you when you first heard that?
But you should have seen his arms.
It was white.
I mean, he was selling it down there. I mean, he was really like he was a comedian. Black all over.
And red.
Yeah, he did pour on the drama, didn't he?
Yeah.
It is white like ice
Picture his arms.
and dark like midnight. It's covered with red all over. What is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
My ass.
He didn't even tell it right.
Yeah.
Right? And covered with red all over. Attaboy, Pete.
How many languages he claims he speaks?
4.
He's a liar.
English, French.
Let me tell one in French. Have you tell the same joke and then in French?
He's talked French to Erica, trying to hit on her on her way in before.
Anybody that knows a little French is going to drop it on the honeys.
I was trying to get a little bit, huh?
Well, you can't. I mean, when she tosses it out there like that, it's
irresistible.
When you send a signal out there, someone's hitting it today. People like Peter are going to go, well,
I'm going to try to get in line for that.
yeah, I'll always take I'll buy the lottery. I'll buy a ticket in that lottery.
When you go to our garage and you got to put that card in to get the gate to come up, I always know she's kind of taking that zipper of her shirt, kind of pulling it down. She's getting that cleavage up a little bit. She's teasing Peter.
Oh, yeah. She's teasing Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's been teasing Peter for
forever.
All right. Cop wrestles pot bags out of dog's mouth, Boston. It was no designer purse, a Boston. See, I read here's the problem.
Go ahead.
And you can criticize me if you want. I don't know. But I read this story on my computer screen.
Right.
But as you can see, my printer, for some reason, did not print it. I've lost the last word or two on the right-hand side.
Right, so you have to improvise,
Do you see at the bottom there? It gives you a couple. You always got to go to the printable view. I hate it.
Oh, printable view.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Oh, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right, Boston detective searching for the apartment of a drug suspect wound up wrestling a sack containing 108 bags of marijuana out of the clenched jaws of a pit bull. Yeah. I'm almost sure about that one.
Yeah.
The dog was running around carrying a tan-colored bag Tuesday as police were searching the apartment where they had already found a loaded gun, $1,000 cash, 14 bags of marijuana.
Yeah.
The police were thinking, we're in the home of a DJ. We are probably sitting in the home of a mobile DJ or a drug dealer.
Where's the blow and the free CDs?
When the officer tried to grab the bag of drugs, the pooch pulled the bag back and started growling. Because that's how right Mr. Pickles would do the same thing. Yes, he would. He'd protect our drugs, wouldn't you, boy? All 108 bags were recovered from the dog's mouth after a vigorous struggle, police said in a written statement. They also arrested 3 people. What would that be? They also arrested 3 peoples in their apartment.
Sure.
Terrorism insurance for churches.
Yeah.
Should churches even have insurance? Should they put it in the hands of the Almighty that they make a sweet buck off of?
Some would say, right?
Why not? When leaders at the Episcopal Church of the Epiphany gathered recently for a regular meeting, co-warden, see how smoothly I'm reading this one? Because it printed properly.
Printable deal.
Where was I?
The people at the Epiphany Church.
A summer pilgrimage See how smoothly I'm reading this?
Yes.
A summer pilgrimage and picnic, acolyte training, and terrorism insurance. The first thought I had was, I can't believe we're talking about this, said one member of the church. I couldn't believe we were having the discussion. The notion that a terrorist crosshairs could settle on the church there in Norfolk's peaceful community seemed absurd to some at the table. Well, I'm thinking, who really cares about this?
I'm glad I didn't send it to you.
Well, I thought there was something there, and I think there is something there.
I saw the story, and it was like, yeah, you can make... See, that's why I sent you some of the lame stories. You can make something of some of those stories.
But does a church buy every insurance available? Flood, fire, hail,
earthquake,
terrorism, everything. They just buy it all?
They shouldn't. They should leave it in the hands of the man that the church is there for.
Well, you can argue it, but seems like you shouldn't be completely buttoned up.
Nah.
You leave a couple of things for him, right?
Yeah.
Or don't. Look, if you're an insurance salesman...
Oh, yeah, they're selling it. Trying to sell life insurance to my dead mother,
By the way, call it a sign of our digital times or a reason to stay up late and stare at the clock. Either way, Wednesday morning, the time and date will be...
What?
01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06. At 1:02 a.m. and 3 seconds on Wednesday, April 5th, 2006. It will be the first hour of the day, the second minute of the hour, the third second of the minute, in the fourth month and the fifth. You get it. 01, 02, 03, 04. Let's all stay at 5 and 6. 05, 06.
All we have to do is stay up to what? 102, you said?
102.
102, 3.
And live the moment.
You just drink right up to it and have a party.
Look at that.
Pop some champagne.
I'll call you at 1.
You don't have a digital clock in your house that reads it all the way out like that, but you can.
Did.
But still.
Man, oh man.
Once in a lifetime. All right. We're moving on to Christina's topic.
Yeah, which one was that?
Inappropriate erections.
Right.
Inappropriate erections. Current topic now on the table. Delivered by Chris. Was Christy? Maybe just been
from
Christy.
South City.
Christy.
Yeah.
Christy.
Inappropriate erection.
Right.
Let's see. There's second grade, third grade, fourth grade. Pretty much all the way through high school.
888-500-1069.
Any of my friends of that era back then, if you had even a halfway decent looking mother, bing, right there in your kitchen.
Yeah, it was before the term MILF was coined, but...
7th grade. Halloween.
500-1069.
7th grade Halloween. I went to Catholic school. And they had a big Halloween shindig because the church had the school. It's a pretty big thing down in San Diego for them have their big Halloween deal. Marcy Villegas dressed up Halloween as a witch.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd French kissed a girl. And
it's all.
Well, what's inappropriate about that little?
Well, it's what happened below where we were French kissing. Old Marcy wasn't ready for...
Oh.
She just wanted to kiss.
She just wanted to kiss.
Are you passing me a Tootsie Roll? What were you dressed as?
I don't remember, but whatever it was, it felt pretty good.
Is that a broomstick?
I'll never forget Marcy Villegas was like, oh my God. And I was like, there's nothing I can do.
Now, how old were you again?
7th grade. Was
7th grade?
12 years old, whatever.
So did you follow that look of surprise in her eyes? There's your treat, Trick. Good busy. That would have been cool for the 7th grade. I just think that would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been.
I had the van doors locked and the whole deal.
Yeah, no one's leaving. Till I say they're leaving.
Curtains closed.
Witches included. In Oakland, Nathan, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, John?
Good.
Good. I love you guys.
Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So when did this happen to you, Nathan?
Yeah, it happened to me when I was in the Navy. I was 19 years old, and I was a diver in the Navy, and so they had Kuwaiti fighter pilots come to California. We were teaching them water survival training. And so at that time in the Navy, the divers wore these real short shorts. And the thing was, they were so short, we didn't usually wear underwear.
Because it would stick out.
Right.
Unless you were wearing, Speedos.
And, exactly. So the guy, they told us when these guys come, there's a few things you can't do. And you can't give them the okay sign because for the Arabs or the Middle Eastern guys.
Yes.
That's the evil eye. It's like
Is that right?
Finger. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So he's swimming along the side of the pool, and I'm trying to teach him what to do. And so I stop him. I'm kind of yelling at him a little bit, trying to give him some tips. Anyway, he keeps looking down between. I'm crouched down. He keeps looking down between my legs. And I look down to see what he's looking at, and my thing's sticking out.
As it's wont to do. Yes.
Exactly. It had been rubbed up against those short shorts long enough, and it kind of started coming out.
It's got a mind of its own, doesn't it?
Started uncoiling, Nathan says. It began its 8-minute uncoiling maneuver.
It looked like a buoy.
They wanted to use it to pull the anchor in from the ship.
The sad thing is he goes back there and goes, "You're not going to believe these American divers."
Yeah.
Did he think you were like getting excited because you were teaching him how to, some...
I hope not.
Okay, the evil eye.
Man, oh man.
All right. Thanks very much. Yeah, I would say in general, an erection in a swimming pool that only has men in it.
Inappropriate.
Unless it has been specifically, everybody's clear on what the pool party is about.
Exactly.
Thanks very much, Nathan.
Man.
John in Oakland. John, how are you?
What's happening, fellas? I love your show.
Appreciate it very much.
So my buddies and I are going motorcycle riding, and needless to say, one of them thinks he's, Evel Knievel, falls off his bike, breaks his leg, badly. Bone sticking out through his boot. Ambulance picks us up, takes us to the hospital. We're in the hospital. Nurse comes in. She's checking him out. They got to, cut his pants off and examine him and make sure everything's cool. And, doctors coming in and out. But the nurse coming in there, and she is, major hot. And they cut his pants off, and there you go.
Boing, even, with broken
A
legs.
shattered leg.
Even through the pain.
It did not matter. She was hot.
He was paying her some respect.
Very much so. That's tribute
Acknowledging
right there, right?
her presence.
A fleshy tribute.
Absolutely. He was saluting her assistance.
Exactly. Just being there. Amazing.
Did she just ignore it? Or
Or did she appreciate the salute?
I think she was more embarrassed than anything, but she took a second look, though.
Yeah, I had a friend. I never ran into this. Did you ever run into this? I don't know. Do they do school nurses and stuff? I mean, do kids get
They used to have them.
Yeah.
They used to get basically physicals at your school.
Yeah,
full physicals?
I remember that.
At least you'd get the cough thing.
Really?
But some guys were telling me, the year before I came to this school, they had a hot nurse who was doing all of that, and three guys said, pulled the same show of respect that your friend did in the hospital. She just took a pencil and whacked it at the end.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, wow.
That is brutal.
What did that do to it?
Send it away.
Or made it...
I don't know.
Send it away.
Might want to get whacked again.
Yeah, no kidding. one more time.
Hit me again.
I like it.
Fellas, that was my story. I got to run, but enjoy your show.
Thank you very much for taking the time. I appreciate
it. But it's bizarre that they would be given full physicals at school there. I mean,
I don't know if it's full, but I know that was a routine.
That's as full as it gets.
Really
You're checking for the hernia.
Yeah.
Now, I used to get them in high school for sports, and I remember one time they lined, there was kids from all these different schools for football, and everybody had to pass physical before you could play. And there was a line of doctors, and two of them were females, and I got the female, and I was like, please don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. I mean, that would have been the most. If you're lined up 5 guys and everyone's getting the cough, and that'd been so embarrassing. Somebody had to. There's hundreds of guys. Someone had to pop one.
Yes. Well, okay. Just real quickly, mine was. I think I've told you before. There at school, it was climbing the rope. My first conquest. So everybody had to climb the rope to the top.
How old?
Right there around
16?
14, 15.
Yeah.
Was it a pretty rope?
Real
pretty.
I'll tell you what, you got the job done.
Did you make that rope your own?
Well, the thing is, I started climbing the rope, and about halfway up, I realized there's something.
This is off.
And I didn't make it to the top. And so if you don't make it to the top, then London, you're going to be with the other kids. You're going to do it after. You're going to get to the top. I went, well, I was about to get to a top in a hole. So after everybody's gone, I had to do it again. And this time I knew I had to go. I had to get up there. And
no problem the second time, right?
Only that I didn't weigh quite as much coming back down as I did going up.
Really?
That was odd. Listen,
Yeah, that's
listen, I'm not.
Hey, I can't say anything. Algebra class.
I didn't fully understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Did the teachers think it was weird where you started doing it every day, going up the rope?
Yeah. Get off the rope, London! Get a room!
Yeah, great forearms, though. Wonderful technique.
Ernest, how are you? Thanks for calling in.
What's happening?
Not much. So, I see yours now. Okay, tell me about it.
Well, I was about 17 years old. It was a nationally ranked high school wrestler, and it was one of the major tournaments back east. Most of the schools from New England, and I was a heavyweight, so I used to wrestle these really short, fat guys. And it was a championship match, and I had just pinned the guy, and I guess I was a little bit too happy about it. And there was about 1,000 people in the stand sitting there watching. And I get up, and the ref raises my hand over my head, and something else was raised up, too.
Really?
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I got pictures.
Did they have to pull you off the kid again, the other guy?
What was that?
Nothing. Did you ever wonder about that at all?
You know, I really don't. I don't know. He was an attractive guy.
No, but you know what?
He was just excited. It's that age.
Seriously, I mean, I'm sure you've heard every stupid joke that could possibly. But you know, anything that came in contract, the rope, an inanimate object, it didn't matter.
Well, did you get his phone number before he left the tournament?
Friction is friction. I don't care what anybody says.
That's right.
Exactly. Look, this is a wrestler who could hurt you, Chris, and once he gets you down, I don't know.
You'll pop a Woody. We know that for sure.
And hurt you with it.
Hey, I appreciate.
Hey, it'll keep a guy from laying on top of you.
Exactly right.
That's the truth. It worked to your. It's like a defensive mode.
Everybody's tapping out. You know.
It was like an extra arm.
Well, was it that impressive?
Come on, Ernest.
All right, thanks very much, Ernest. Appreciate it. Take care. David.
That's embarrassing.
In Berkeley.
Can you imagine 1,000 people
in those tights where you
can't hide a thing.
There's no hiding.
David, how are you?
Hey, pretty good. Hey, before we go to the story, I figure the Dolores and the schoolgirl hot outfit, I figure it was much a closer match, but Penn Jillette kept on pressing on the schoolgirl over and over. She's probably voting.
Yeah, exactly.
His saliva was all over her.
Anyway, about 5 years ago, we were looking at some pictures. My cousin, my brother, and I, and we were looking at the photo, and he must have been about 8 or 9, our cousin. And the only way we could tell was he was kind of like, you know, you weren't getting a straight picture. It was kind of like our side profile kind of thing. Yeah, we were at a lake, we were at a campground, and we noticed down at the bottom of it this enormous Woody coming out of my cousin, and it's there on picture.
Brutal.
And we were passing the pictures around. My brother had mentioned it, and there was like a family gathering thing, and somebody let it slip out. And before we know it, my cousin who was there was just red-faced because everybody started going up to him and go, "Hey, nice picture."
Hey, when the little guy is, photogenic like that, and he knows it,
he wants a picture.
Hog.
That's right.
Camera hog. Oh, that's great. When it's captured in picture forever, that's when it's really perfect.
And the whole family was kind of like, do you ever see that show Sons and Daughters on Tuesday nights? A great show from the people from Saturday Night Live. It's kind of like that, like, dysfunctional family or like Arrested Development.
Right,
that kind of mentality, crude humor kind of at times, and that's kind of,
yeah, because what's his name? Lauren Michaels is the producer of that, right?
Very funny show, very funny.
Oh, good. Well, good. I'll check that out. But great story. I appreciate it very much, David.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Well,
they caught him in profile.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
It's better to have it that way than to have one that
it's not working.
That you have to
absolutely.
That's not caught in profile. At least the kid's going, hey, take a look. 8 years old.
Hey.
True story.
Anybody?
That's all me. It's all me all day long, by the way.
Questions?
Wait till I hit 18.
No kidding, man.
Yeah. You think it's good now?
Hadn't even peaked yet, fellas.
Yeah. Long way to go.
Well, TomatoVine.com would seriously like you to consider using their product to make all of your local and long-distance phone calls.
Sure they would.
Okay? You can make all the long-distance and local phone calls you want for $24.95. That's it. You pay more to other phone companies and just charges you're not sure why are on your bill to start with.
Go look at your phone bill and figure that thing out. It's nuts.
It's nutty.
Sanity.
Make you crazy. Make you
Yeah.
You use your same phone. You use your same phone number.
Yes.
But instead of using phone lines, you're using high-speed internet, the one that's connected to your computer.
Right. You're going to sign up. They're going to send you an adapter and all the cable to hook it up through your broadband internet connection.
Yeah, but let me just clarify, because I really was wrong on this.
What?
The adapter is hooked up, but the phone isn't.
No.
Your phone now is just going to go through somehow. Look,
It goes through the adapter.
Magic.
white man's magic.
Yeah.
We don't understand it. We don't
Truly
understand
is.
it.
And you want to talk about saving on your phone bill?
Yeah, I do.
You can save up to 80% on your current phone bill by switching to Tomato Vine. And you know the one thing that I always love, because whenever you're doing these type of deals, you hear you got to change your phone number, you got to do this, you keep your current phone number that you've had for all these years. No hassle. It's that simple. You get to keep it. It's that easy.
And right now you go on, you sign up, and Tomato Vine's going to send you your adapter for free. You're going to pay no shipping charges. Plus, they're going to waive the activation fee. That's a $40 value right there, something no other broadband phone company offers. So check them out online, tomatovine.com.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What do you do?
What do
It's a great deal. Great deal.
Phonehead to do anything other than that. And speaking, Mike and Benicia, stay right there. We'll hear about yours and the school nurse.
Oh, beautiful.
You're starting to see why the nurse's outfit is, always in the final pairings.
And maybe why they don't have a lot of them in schools anymore.
Yeah, I never got one.
Right.
Well, if I did, it looked like, unfortunately, Mother Teresa late in life. So you're okay. That was not a.
I know it wasn't.
But
Hey, if I had a hot nurse, I would have been sick every day.
I understand.
you are sick every day. All right, Mike in Benicia. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm glad to be hearing you today live.
Well, good. Yes. Good to be back.
I got a couple of them, but I got the one I was talked about to the lady that answered the phone here.
Phone bitch.
Phone bitch.
This is when I was in high school, and I'm 60 years old, so I'm going way back in like 1963 or something.
I wouldn't have guessed 60 for you. You sound like you could be 18.
Right.
Okay, that could be good or bad.
Oh, it could be good if you work it right, my friend, and I'm sure you have.
Still get it up.
You guys, I love.
All right, let's. But
It's a humor. But anyway, this involves a nurse as well. And I went to get my football physical, and the nurse, Dr. K, that they had was so built real nice, tight dress, and
it's working again, isn't it? For you?
Yeah.
cleavage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when she was taking my blood pressure, I got a woody, you know. And
Really?
yeah, I did. So she looked. I stood up, and she whacked it with almost something equivalent to a ruler. She just whacked my pee-pee.
Wait a minute, was that like that's how they dealt with it? Because John just told us that they took a pencil and did that to the...
Yeah, I guess
What's
the
that
abuse
about?
against the penis was, considered, fine. I guess it was considered acceptable behavior,
de rigueur.
Don't be whacking at my...
She whacked my pee-pee, man. She hit it hard.
Well, it doesn't stand up to a lot of pain.
No.
It'll stand up. It'll stand up under bizarre circumstances.
Right. Depends on your mind frame at the
What
time.
if you turn around and whack her back
Yeah.
It's a sword fight now.
with your little guy?
She can't crank.
Yeah, she made a little, But when in my neighborhood, we have some attractive women, girls our age, when 17 years old. Or this one guy that was a senior, I was like a sophomore or something, and he got one for this girl. Came out because there were not too many two-piece swimming suits back then on our street anyway, and
Sluts.
right through his jeans, his Levi's. Levi's have been watched about 8 bazillion times.
Mm-hmm.
And it ripped the jeans?
He ripped the jeans.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's a diamond cutter. That happens. These horses couldn't pull these pair apart, but
But,
Imagine.
I think I would design a pair for nothing else, just that. Happens all the time. I'm sorry.
Watch this.
Down there.
That's right.
Bring a cinder block over here. Let me show you something else. The whole thing I picked up. Thank you very much, Mike, for the call. I appreciate it.
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
John London's Inferno, every afternoon, 3 to 7 on 106.9 Free FM.